USA! Welcome to Flag Stewards. Be a stud citizen. Reminders from our flag. For Friday, February 12th of 2021. Happy birthday to Abe. Happy birthday to Abe. Happy birthday, Abe Lincoln. Yeah, I can't sing, so let's just get right to it. Before we pay tribute to him, where's our flag? The U.S. flag at half-staff today, so all you students know where it is at school and homes and businesses as well. We've got half-staffs, only one new one across the state of Wisconsin, but we have 6 other half-staffs that continue today, and you can click on the link below to find out information about those and their honorees. Today's historical moment for our flag recalls a part of Lincoln's life that relates to our current political divide. And before we get to that, just a reminder, hey, 212 years ago on February 12th of 1809, Abe Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin in Sinking Spring Farm near Hodgenville, Kentucky. And that'll relate back to our joke here a little later. In prior birthday tributes, we talked a lot about his life, so here's just one little tidbit that I found that was new to me. Abe Lincoln's namesake godfather, not godfather, but grandfather, Captain Abraham Lincoln. Captain Abraham Lincoln was killed during a fight with Native Americans back in 1786. I just didn't know that and thought that was interesting to note. He died, and I don't think it was in battle. He just, where they were living, got overrun by some angry Indians, angry Native Americans from what I read and understood. All right, now let's jump into that question of divide. President Lincoln's but his presidential inauguration, those inauguration speeches of 1861 and 1865 were done in a harsh political climate, obviously. There was a great political divide that he had to handle to keep our union preserved. The division then, as it is now, had an underlying cause that was behind the scenes. Yeah, money. That's what it really all comes down to, then and now. Obviously, the 4 years of civil war between the North and South was much worse in Lincoln's time than today's media-driven extremism and division. But nonetheless, he was able to preserve the Union despite the Civil War. And here's a couple portions taken from his 2 inauguration speeches. The first in 1861 in front of an unfinished U.S. Capitol Rotunda. He stated, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained it, must not break up our bonds of affection. The mystic cords of memory stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land will yet swell the chorus of the Union, when again touched, as surely they will be, by the better angels of our nature." There he was in front of the unfinished rotunda, talking about a message of unity leading into the Civil War. And then 4 years later in 1865, after the war, another kind of approach to that unity, with malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which we may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Trying to put the war behind it even before it was done. But he knew it was coming and knew unity was the message that needed to be heard and displayed and enacted by all. All right, so yeah, we'll finish up with a little fun from our flag. Yeah, even Lincoln had a good sense of humor, and here's a joke that relates to that. A father and son were arguing. The son said to the dad, "Dad, I don't want to walk to school tomorrow in the rain." The dad said to the son, "Come on, it's not a big deal. When Abe Lincoln was your age, he walked 6 miles through the hills of Kentucky to get to school every day, and I know you could do the same if you had to." The son shouted back, or kind of smartly, sarcastically said back, "Speaking of being the same, Dad, when Abe Lincoln was your age, he was president." And haha, I don't think you could do the same. All right. Now it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Students across America at school or at home, inspired by President Lincoln's ability to preserve our Union, please unite and recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's it. That's today's U.S. Flag Tribute. This is Sean Sweeney signing off with Go Out, Be a Stud Citizen. That means be awesome, good to each other citizen. Keep America beautiful. And remember, in God we trust.